All right, there you go. There you go. All right, good. Yeah. Literally go. Let's get it. And then we lose it.
Turn the light on.
Got you. How's everything going, family?
Good, man. How about you guys? How's Q4 going?
No complaints. No complaints.
Good.
For OA, like a lot of Black Friday sales started yesterday, and you'll notice there's a lot of FBM wealth being printed on the timeline, which is beautiful as well.
Love that.
Yeah, the blue definitely hits harder than the red.
You think so?
It's good, man. The red looked good too, though.
Well, and you made a good point about FBM. I'm seeing that on a lot of listings right now where there's a listing that I'm on. There's 3 different buy boxes, a subscribe and save and 2 regular buy boxes. All 3 of those are, the subscribe and save is FBA, but the 2 main ones are FBM. And I really think Amazon is prioritizing or not necessarily prioritizing, but just pushing FBM offers because their fulfillment network is just so strained. It just makes sense for them to like let FBM sellers get more of the pie so that it eases the burden on them.
Well, it happens every year. And Miles, we did an analysis
every
last year with Nike specifically, because you can obviously filter based on listings with an FBM buy box. And right, you would do it. You can look at it in September and it'd be like 60,000, right? And then November and then December. And the trajectory would increase every single month by a lot. FBM buy box ownership.
Yep. So that's the key is if you're hearing that and you're a newer seller, that is phenomenal, right? Because that is exactly what you should be hunting for right now. Quick flips to move FBM, right? And then as these listings pick up for you, right? You want to test nice and light, and then the market's going to tell you to go harder on that basically. Let us know what's up in the YouTube chat too. FBA in France. Cool. All right. Very good.
Nice.
Yeah. FBM tends to peak during like December, like 10th to 20th for those of y'all trying to really dial stuff in as well.
And even more so, even more valuable than just like the obvious cash flexibility of just like getting that money back quicker. The more powerful leverage point is you can reorder quicker, right? Because you can either buy something that you think is good, right? Most FBM sellers are going to be newer sellers with not as much confidence, right? So you can buy 50, send it into FBA, realize it's good in 4 or 5 weeks, right? As opposed to buying those same 50, list them FBM, sell them in a week, and now you have the empirical data, you have the actual market data reorder, right? So you gain and you replace confidence with just like actual evidence of the market, which is so powerful with new sellers, with maybe have a restricted budget, restricted cash ability, those sorts of things.
What up, Cranberry Grape? Print that FBM. Well, I saw that picture there, Cranberry Grape. You woke up again for Q4 on the timeline.
Wow, blast from the past. Jeez.
What's up?
That's an Indiana King right there.
What up, Dyson? I saw Dyson's in here as well.
What up? Yeah, Brian. So, Brian, we got a free live class going down in an hour and 56 minutes. So we'll have a shitload of free tips in there too, and that goes for anyone who isn't already registered for that. Take a look at the link in the description. Hey guys, made my 4th and 5th sale.
Nice.
What's up?
Congrats.
I saw somebody said they got some IP complaints as well. Yeah. So Toxic, you'll just grab the invoices and the tracking information on whatever you bought, and as long as you bought from a big website or a trusted wholesaler, you'll just rip that and submit that to Amazon. Those are usually fairly easy to clear.
Yep, here we go. Oh my gosh, all my heavy hitters.
What up,
Armand?
400 packages out this morning. Let's
go, Cranberry.
Absolute FBM wealth right there. Homie doesn't even have a profile picture.
Yeah, right? And he's still doing that. Imagine if he was posting videos on Twitter. That'd be 4,000.
That's insane, bro. Yeah.
That's full on. You've lost a room of your house.
Yeah, 400, and it's not. I mean, it's 5 p.m. It's not like it's like midnight, right? Who knows how many he has still left to go? That probably is the whole garage, like the whole guest room right there.
Yeah, did 2.4K. Let's go.
Nice, congrats.
You're chilling. Yeah. Dang, what a squad. Oh, hell yeah, Houseway. Yeah, there's a very good sale on closing out. Hey, Miles, waiting for the class tonight. Yeah, we gonna get to it. Yeah, if you're not yet registered for the free class, we gonna get to it on that.
Yep. Yeah, LM, you can do that with Boxum. I'm not sure. You probably can't do that on there.
Just wait till y'all see these Boxum analytics pages we're working on.
Oh, it's crazy.
Wi-Fi been in the.
Oh yeah, that'll be sweet.
Oh my! But wait, whatever you expect, it's better. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be my favorite piece by far. I love like a good, clean analytics dashboard that can tell you profit, cost, all that good stuff. I think that'll look good.
Well, it's helpful too for restocking as well. That's like the main thing in respect to like ASIN profitability and such.
I mean, that's one of the unsolved mysteries of the LA business is just like when to restock, what to restock, what
Yeah.
SKUs maybe have a higher return percentage than others, what SKUs profitability wise.
Suppliers.
Yeah, unless you got
Yep.
like one hell of a Google sheet cooking, it's kind of hard right now based on just
the
you're
way
just
to-
looking and like, oh, I'm selling this. Let me see if I can restock, and sometimes you can.
Because I mean, the unfortunate reality is, right, your perception of what SKUs are good may not be the case when you factor in cancellations, when you factor in lost inventory on the way from the
Returns.
store, when you factor in returns, when you factor in all these sorts of things, it may not actually be ultimately as profitable as you expect, right? You should really and realistically think of your catalog as a P&L across ASINs, right? Every ASIN has a P&L. How much did you invest? How much did you get back? What's your top level? What's your bottom number in your P&L for that ASIN? That's ultimately what you can use to leverage and generate restock orders.
Yeah, and as
Yeah, that's a
as
good
you
point.
scale, it's a smart idea to set like if I make less than a certain dollar per month on this
Yeah,
ASIN, it's not worth
100%.
my time of managing that kind of thing. Like
Corey and I talk
lots of
about that a
smart
lot,
sellers
yeah.
at scale. You know, I got to make $100 a month or $500 a month per ASIN or whatever it is. So you're not have a catalog full of stuff you're making $5 a month on.
And the thing is, like, once you start to dig even deeper into the OA business, you'll find out that different sites are losing more inventory. Different sites have a different turnaround time, right? Kohl's may ship in 2 days, whereas Dick's Sporting Goods may ship in 2 weeks. Well, that matters, right? So maybe you start to dig in more into Kohl's and less into Dick's, those sorts of things, right? And so it's really evaluating the ASINs and your sites from a P&L perspective with that P&L mindset, because that's ultimately going to drive so much more efficiency within your business, right? These aren't just wholesale conversations. These are OA conversations too. All right, same thing. All these sorts of things are going to allow you to drive more educated decisions moving forward.
Can I use USPS priority box when FBM using UPS SurePost? Nope, I don't believe so, unfortunately. There's so
Pretty sure
much
that's illegal.
yeah, there's so much to get ungated in. Any tips? Yeah, the key is you actually probably don't have that much ungated that you're on or to get ungated because you probably haven't found a ton of stuff profitable. So once you found profit inventory, then you want to get ungated in those one by one, basically.
Yeah, and I feel like that's such a common beginner. I wouldn't even call it a mistake, but just like mindset of, oh, I got to get ungated first and then I got to find products. And it's like, actually, it's the opposite. Like you said, Miles, it's like, let's focus on finding something that's profitable first. And then once we have something that's worth getting ungated for, then let's focus on getting ungated, which getting ungated is not that, it's a non-issue basically in 2024 now. So the hard part is finding the profitable product.
Yeah, tell mom there's wealth on the line. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that dude. On God, yes, CBG, yes sir. Yeah, come on. Yeah,
Yeah,
CBG.
he said his mom's screaming at him every time he comes home because there's too many packages. I mean, that's something we talk about a lot. If someone in your life is not getting mad at you because the house is full of profit, then you're not running it out correctly.
Yeah, like the girlfriend needs to be helping you do the FBM. If she's mad about the space, she's not the one.
Yeah, that's a fact.
For Amazon, if I have an LLC for tax purposes, should I put S Corp or C Corp? You should probably put single member, but talk to a CPA on that because you probably are an individual in that LLC unless you have partners, but talk to a CPA on that, please. We are not licensed to help out. Does Fruit of the Loom do IP complaints? Not that I know. I've actually found a good
so.
I don't know. Yeah.
Here.
But the interesting thing is, right, SellerAmp will give a lot of those indications, but even within the brands that may do IPs, it's not necessarily brand wide. Right, it's not necessarily every ASIN, every SKU, every single product all year round. Right, some ASINs may be more prevalent with IP issues than others. Right,
That's a good point.
The data within the product is ultimately always going to be that driving force, that North Star. Right, Yeti, for example. Yeah, I know a ton of people that make a lot of money off Yeti. Obviously, it's not the ones that Yeti specifically is selling, but they have tens of hundreds, if not hundreds, of SKUs that Yeti's not even touching. Those are the sorts of scenarios where you can start to dig into it and leverage that arbitrage.
I have a question. Is bleach considered a dangerous good or hazmat? Not fully sure. Most likely, yes.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. Go list the ASIN you're thinking of and see what Seller Central shows you for that. Like go attempt to list it and see what it shows you in respect to that. Yeah.
And that's for any time. That's for any time you're not sure. Well, like what specifications does a product have? Is it dangerous goods? Is it hazmat? What is it? Always just go in and test list it and try to get it as far into the shipment flow as you possibly can. And then that'll pretty much give you all the information you need to know if you were to end up selling it yourself.
It's a fact right there.
Yeah, I do toxic only for like really significant things though. For IPs, you can take care of those yourself. You're just submitting documents and stuff, basically.
Filled with boxes. I wish I had pictures of what mine looked like. This was however bad you think it was 10 times worse. Right there. Like seriously, like this is beautiful, right? I'd be like getting FBM orders and there'd be like a pile of stuff next to the bed just to continue to like pull it out of there. I'd be digging for shit sometimes too on everything.
Miles' childhood bedroom still has boxes and stuff in there.
Shitload of Legos, actually, interestingly enough. Yeah.
Just sign up work as an extension on the LM. You'll get the app, Chrome extension and the app. Yeah.
Yep.
Scared your landlord's gonna pull up.
There
is that.
Yeah, 80 years ago, you would have been in the trench next to Corey in Normandy, man. You can't be scared of that. You can't be scared of the FBM wealth right there.
Yeah, when you put it in perspective, you're right.
You can't be afraid of the FBM wealth right there, man. You got to print it.
Small walkway from the door to the bed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See,
If your bedroom doesn't look like a warehouse over the next like 2 or 3 weeks, then it's time to buy some more stuff.
And that'll keep playing out as you move into bigger spaces. So like when you upgrade to the storage unit, like when I was in the storage unit, same thing. It was mountains of boxes in the storage unit, and you make a little like pathway that you could walk through to your little desk where you're prepping the products. When you get a warehouse, same thing. Eventually you're going to fill it up and you're, tiptoeing around pallets. Like it's the same exact thing. So you'll find that never changes.
He said his office looks like the movie District 9. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
I think it's about aliens, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Oh shit.
What up, Miguel?
Miles the type of dude to go watch that movie tonight after the stream.
No, I'm gonna go fucking murder the best pizza place in Miami, probably. Kohl's got crazy sales right now, $15. Yeah, but that shit's fire, man, too. Yeah, Kohl's Cash too. Got the big body Kohl's Cash as well, the 15 off 20, 15 off 50. Corey don't know shit about that. Corey, explain to me how Kohl's Cash works. Embarrassing.
I don't know. I used to
get him out of here.
I used to buy on Kohl's when I did OA, and I would have Kohl's Cash.
Yeah, it says W right there. Yeah, it's a W here. Class for tonight. Yeah, Mir, tap in with that, man. Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure if you guys on TikTok aren't tapped in for that, it's link in bio on TikTok, and it's link in the description if you're watching on YouTube too.
Wait, Miles, the pizza place tonight, is it the usual one or is this a new one?
It's
new. Interesting. I'll have to hear details.
Uber Eats only. If you know, you know. Right there, Uber Eats only. It's a little shack.
Can you order? Ideally, you'll have like the shipping confirmation. Toxic.
$15 Kohl's cat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, Kohl's. I found a lit website. I found a lit website.
I don't remember the last time I bought on Kohl's. There's plenty of other stuff out there, y'all. A lot of people sourcing there, but
I bought 2 things of Nike socks for myself off Kohl's last week.
Oh, so
I wasn't about to buy it from any of you clowns for literally $9. It was like. I think it was like 27 or 28 on Amazon. It was like 18 on Kohl's. I'm like, I know you guys are stacking discounts too to get it for like 12.
Bro, gatekeeping the pizza place. I've been looking for a good pizza for years. None here in Indianapolis. Ask 0-day handling time or Gavin FBA. Oh, Cranberry Grape lives in Indiana too, I think, as well.
You can talk about churn, how often you replace the ASINs. He actually asked a good question earlier too, like about how long the average ASIN lasts for you. Yeah, it's a great question. You always ask good questions. So for OA, the average ASIN probably lasts like 3 months, maybe 2 restocks, I would say on average. Because really good ones, you just restock for years. Normally, you probably restock once or twice. But yeah, as far as that goes, it's always the ones that are going to last a really long time are going to be the ones that are dependent on a very specific set of like a BOGO plus a coupon plus like a catch-all email or something like that, right? And it's only profitable for like 1 day every month or something like that, right? Otherwise, it's too easy to find consistently.
Yeah, and I'd say for wholesale, it's probably about double that, maybe like 6 months. And some products last significantly longer than that. I mean, I think our longest, the product that we sold for the longest, we sold for over 3 years. There's a product that we're selling right now that we sell every Q4. And I think this is the 4th Q4 in a row that we've sold this product. So can be a lot longer, but like Werner said, it depends on the situation a lot of times.
Remember when you got in a tussle with Brawny? He was calling you out for mentioning that product on Twitter.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then I sold like 3,000 units and made a shit ton of money on
I
it.
was coming at
what
you.
an idiot.
Yeah. Did you teach Gavin FBA? Gavin FBA slept on my couch last month. Did I teach Gavin FBA? Yes. Ordinary got some. Okay. Who was that said they needed good pizza in India? Oh, Mario. Ordinary apparently has some of the best pizza in Indiana right there. Yeah. Just hit 6K prop for this month. Could have been way better, but I'm getting the troops together to make crazy buys. That's a good start, though, man.
Love
yeah,
that.
You shoot for 10K plus in November, family. That's
I mean, just think about 6 times 12. That's over 70K of a salary, right? I mean, that's more than most Americans make in a year.
Yep.
And you're still learning. You're probably in your first year or two.
Started. Yeah, just getting started.
Yeah.
Think about how much you can restock of that. Right now, you're expanding your time. You're doubling your arms. Right now, you find competitive sellers that are finding more products. It's just going to compound from there.
Yeah. Okay. Cranberry Grape. Mario says he's going to check them out. Is 2K okay to start with? Yeah, for sure. Check out the come to the free class tonight. We'll put you on game on how to use that. 2K.
Also, notice Toxic's the one who's running it up. He's just coming. He's got good vibes, filling up the bedroom, doing what it takes. Right? It's not the usual. It's just putting in hard work. I like it.
That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, why does everyone say the
What up,
Amazon
Tanya?
sky is falling? Because really, because of people are getting ungated, or people are getting gated. But I feel like this happens all the time. There's some like significant thing that happens, and then everyone freaks out for like a week or two, and then it's back to normal because the people who have built a solid business continue on, and the people who were kind of small time and weren't that serious in the first place quit, and then the cycle continues.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, if your whole business is based around a brand you don't own, it's not a business, right? I mean,
One brand or
if your entire business is based on one brand that you have no jurisdiction over, I mean, it's not necessarily a business. You're just buying and selling a bunch of products, right? However, if you span that brand out into 5, 6, 10 brands, well, now you're not relying on one single brand or a single site, right? Now it becomes way, way, way more sedentary. Now you're not affected by that one ASIN going down. Right now, you're not affected by the one brand getting regated, right? We want to start to diversify, just like a stock portfolio, right? Same exact thing. You wouldn't put all your money in one single company, just like you shouldn't put all your money in one single brand.
And it's just like any business. Like if you own an accounting firm, you don't want 30% or more of your revenue to be with one customer. If you're a wholesale seller, you don't want more than a large percentage of your revenue coming from one supplier. Like it's just any business. You don't want that like concentration risk. So yeah, if you're a reseller, sell a bunch of different
Basically,
things.
every business has some kind of platform risk too. It's just like the nature of it. If you run your own brand, you have platform risk that Facebook ads aren't going to ban you and that kind of thing, right? Like there's always some kind of platform risk. So it's just like in the early days, it's fine to double down and get really good at one thing, but if you're like doing that forever, it's you gotta figure out some new sauce.
Yeah, don't be an Amazon seller. Be an entrepreneur. Be a capitalist. You know.
Bang,
What
that's
is
a
the
tweet.
class tonight? Already tweeted it. You didn't even give me a retweet. What is the class tonight covering? So a lot of Q4 and Black Friday stuff. Also some stuff for beginners, and then honestly a bunch of stuff that it would just take forever to find elsewhere on the internet, basically too. On that cost me 15 to ship. Nah, just buy on Pirate Ship in that case when it's cheap like that. Just buy on Pirate Ship.
Steven asks, Corey, are you seeing anyone in your network having issues with Section 3 despite having proper supply chain documents? So generally, people that have the proper supply chain documents aren't having issues. Sometimes Amazon might be pushing back on those invoices just because they're not looking at them. You've got somebody looking at them who's just completely brain dead. But eventually, Amazon, if you have proper documentation, you're going to be just fine.
I mean, that's the fact of the matter, right? You can't necessarily avoid Section 3s, but if you're buying legitimate products with a legitimate supply chain, you'll have nothing to worry about.
Right.
Been cooking Reebok Outlet. Do Outlet run Black Friday sales? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So what you should do is, Omar, go on your Reebok SKUs and storefront stock the fools on there, right? And see what other brands they're carrying. They're probably doing outlets as well, right? So those are most likely going to be some other outlets you should take a look at too.
Right, like Converse,
Cloud
Coach,
shades.
Vans.
You feel me?
My account was related with my boyfriend's account. Any recommendation? So, I mean, that's a tough one. I know that Amazon. So, are you saying that Amazon suspended you guys because they found 2 related accounts? I mean, from what I understand, you've got to prove to them that the accounts are unrelated. Were you selling the same products? Were you selling the same brands? Amazon's just going to want proof that there were 2 separate accounts.
Yeah, if it was
And
like
then
based on the same address and you're selling the same products, then that is a TOS violation. So just like, yeah, be careful what you guys are selling.
there's also a bunch of people on Twitter that are probably way more versed with like account health violations and getting accounts back than us. So ask around.
I did Walmart in-store pickup, and they had more units than they said. Lesson in there.
That's
Lesson in
great.
there.
How will you know the shipping cost of the product? So generally, if it's under a pound, it's going to be anywhere between like $4 and $6. If it's over a pound, it's going to be like 8 to 10. And so you just want to estimate. The more units you ship, the more of a sixth sense you'll have for like that shipping cost. But like just go into SellerAmp, estimate it conservatively, and you'll be fine. Again, as you gain experience, you'll kind of have that rough estimate of like what things cost and to go to where.
That's facts. I went to a
Miles, also, don't you have a template somewhere? How to ship
yeah,
or how to FBM or-
how2fbm.com. I
Yeah.
bet people are looking at there. Let's see, how2fbm.com.
Oh, I pointed some people there when I did the Wizards of Ecom event down in Miami a couple weeks ago. They were asking, somebody had a very good FBM question. And I was like, honestly, I'm not qualified to answer it, but go to howtofbm.com and that'll show you. And then I saw like everybody pull out their phone and go look at it.
There were like dumbheads on it yesterday for some reason. What music do y'all listen to when you prep? The only acceptable music is either going to be the Interstellar soundtrack,
Good one.
the soundtrack to the prequels of Star Wars, specifically Episode 3, is really good. And then the Big Booty mixes are very good, but only the ones before number 22.
21
Right?
fire, 14
You
fire.
can't go past there, right? Because 21 has the one when it's like, baby, break my heart. Give me that one's fire, right? And everything. So yeah, you can't go past that though. So either Interstellar soundtrack, Star Wars Episode 3, or the prequels. Damn, all right, they're showing love on this too. Yeah, yes,
Yep, real,
Interstellar,
real.
yes, absolutely right there. Yes,
I'll also add something to the Council of Locking In. It's by Home. It's called Before the Night. I got you guys.
All right, let's see here.
Very
Let's
similar vibes.
get a copyright strike.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick. I'm
yeah.
gonna-
Oh yeah.
Let's see. One more time, where?
Somebody's Before the Night by Home. Somebody's spamming Flashdance. She's a maniac. That might be hard to focus to. I'm gonna be real with you.
Somebody asked, do you guys sell on Walmart? I personally don't sell on Walmart. I know some people who do, and they kind of have it as a side channel, but I don't myself. I have a Walmart seller account though.
WWE theme songs. That could be a good you're ripping some OA orders at midnight, listening to the John Cena theme song over and over again.
I could see that being motivating.
How do you calculate proper stock amount? Yeah, Beck. So take try to figure out how many days or how many units you sell per every day that it's actually in stock, not necessarily like how many you sold in the last 30 days, and then just multiply that by however many days you think it's going to be until that same price is back.
Somebody said, Corey, why did you transition to wholesale? So that was like almost 6 years ago now that I did that. But I transitioned from OA to wholesale because I was in a sales job at the time, and I was just more interested in like wholesale as a business model that was more sales focused. I, as sick in the head as it sounds, enjoyed making the cold calls, enjoyed, forming the relationships and putting in the work and following up. And so it just seemed more suited to like my personality.
Dude, the content you've been making around cold calls has been sick. Has it been doing well?
Thank you. Yeah, it's been doing good. There's a lot more of it too. I mean, I've got like 10 plus hours of that footage at this point. I've just been.
Aren't you doing like a building a wholesale business from scratch vibe on YouTube now?
Yeah, so that's something we're going to be posting. So I'm like a few weeks into it. Once it's done, we're going to be posting it on YouTube. But it's like 60K in 60 days. The idea is starting from scratch, just calling suppliers, kind of positioning myself as a newer seller. It's like, hey, it's just me. I don't really have a team. I got a website, but that's about it. And so far, it's been really good. I placed my third PO today of the series, and it looks like we might be able to pull it off. So I'm looking forward to getting it out there. Yeah.
That's super cool.
Goated moderator in the building here too. What's the name of the shades, bro? Is that for blue light? Yeah, honestly, it's just some random private label on Amazon. Looks like you're on Mars, right? Like, oh my Lord, I did some weird shit on TikTok there. Like when you're printing the FBM wealth in the trenches of Q4.
What's the introductory amount of units you need to get into wholesale? It's more of a cash thing. Anytime, I mean, I would say anywhere between like 5 and 10,000 of cash on reserve that you're not like that's over here that you can put towards a first PO would probably be acceptable. But then again, that's not to say you can't start with 2,000 or 20,000 or 3,000, right? So it's kind of hard to like a pin an amount. But the fact of the matter is, the more money you have available, the bigger discounts you're probably entitled to. It's way easier to have a conversation with a sales rep when you have the capability to place a 30K PO as opposed to a 5, right? As opposed to a 10. So it's not to say starting it from scratch with 2,000 is impossible. It's going to probably be harder to find that and place that first PO. But that not to say it's impossible.
Yep. Bro said which brand pursuing to sell their products. Previous at Amazon, now they're inactive. I found nothing on why they removed themselves. That's something worth. Yeah, hit them up, man. Hit them up for sure. Yeah, definitely. Anything that sells well is worth it. You know what I mean? Because like the more no's you get, the quicker you get to it. Yes.
Omar said he listens to We Bring the Boom while he preps.
Those videos are so funny.
In the future, Amazon will be the only seller. That is statistically proven incorrect based on that. Last time I checked, third-party seller share of the market is growing right there. And it's, if you think about it from the Amazon's perspective,
It would never make sense.
yeah, it's the fulfillment business is, significantly, I assume it's definitely less risky statistically.
Well, they also make a way higher margin on us as third-party sellers than they do like their own retail business. They make like 1 or 2% margin. For us, through FBA fees and fulfillment fees, I don't know what the margin is, but it's higher. It's much higher than that.
Yeah, I mean, like Amazon basic stuff is dirt cheap, and like even if you're buying in bulk, like you can sometimes you can image search the exact same thing, and it's just from Alibaba for like marginally less. Like that's like bringing people to the platform so that they can sell more expensive third-party items and where they actually make profit.
Well, just think about how much manpower would be required to keep everything in stock, to place orders, to manage everything, right? Whereas they can just take 20%, 25% of everything everyone else is doing and not have to worry about all the logistics behind it. Only getting products from A to B as quickly and as efficiently and as organized as possible.
Yo, what's good? What up, Colin?
So, Mike, funny you should ask that. He said, Corey, do you have any experience with video game wholesale? Any thoughts on that? So I just last week recorded a podcast episode with my buddy Chris McCauley. He's like a 7-year Amazon seller veteran, and that's kind of his specialty. That's kind of his niche, is he's done video games for the longest time. He's direct with Nintendo on a few certain SKUs. So in general, video games a great niche. I think it's one that a lot of people overlook and could be really good.
Didn't you get ripped off by buying a bunch of video games overseas?
Yeah, that was like I want to say early 2021, but yeah, the ROI was insane. The margin was insane, and they had hundreds of units in stock. Like in hindsight, so many red flags.
No, if it's too good to be true, it more than likely is.
Yeah, and the sales rep was like, he's like, oh yeah, these are legit. Like these, I was like, do these work? And he's like, yeah. Come to find out, they were only compatible on like the Middle Eastern consoles. They didn't even work on US based consoles. And I was out like $6,000 for that. I was just like, oh man.
Could have crushed my boy back in the day here. So Yankee Candle lets my buy 10 things. How's
that, George?
For the buy 2?
No.
So you need 10 units for the on gate regardless on that. And then just in general too, you can always do multiple orders run gates too.
Does anyone not hear that? Does anyone else?
I hear that dog. It's not my dog. And Mike, that episode's coming out, I think, not this week, but next. Yeah, whose dog is that?
I gotta fix the mic. It's got that. She must be so loud. It's all the way downstairs through multiple closed doors through a condenser mic.
Yeah.
See, more people need to be like.
It wouldn't be George. Yeah.
Dude, we haven't had a George drop in so long.
Yeah, a minute, man. Yeah, I just thought of that.
Well, I don't have the big bean.
Yeah, no bed to drop him into.
That.
Just that now it actually is a PETA non-approved George drop if you
it would be bad. It would be bad if I did it now.
Posted right there, man.
He's chilling.
Let's give it there.
Just me and George. What's up, guys?
Up right there, boy. Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
The sales. Yeah, in general, it's probably about like half of listings Amazon's on. You can sell them maybe 75%, or you can't sell them maybe 75%. It's all just going to be looking at the offer count movements. Like if there's good offer count movement, third-party sellers are making money. If there's not, third-party sellers are not making money. So that's going to be the key.
Yeah, Kevin, I made a follow-up video with Sam. You can check that out. I think we both made a follow-up after a year or so.
Yep, George. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
All
right, sweet.
Crypto themed around Corey's dog. Is that the?
Yeah.
We'll make it George coin. That's what we need to make.
Cool. All right, sounds good. So we'll see you guys in an hour and 29 minutes for the free Amazon Seller Mass Clash for Q4. So make sure if you haven't got registered for that, do that. Tons of free game. We don't share anywhere else for free. Lots of people charge lots of money for it. Come out, hang out, take notes. We're going to get to it and be great. Be great, be great, be great.
See you guys.
Great one.
See you
y'all
guys.
later.